Ladies and gentlemen, the British light welterweight title 12 3-minute rounds of boxing.
So our referee, Victor Lachlan, draws the two boxers towards him. First time they've met face to face.
It is actually the first time they met face to face. They were in the ABAs, in the London ABAs together, but Lenny won them that year, and Theophane got beat in the Northwest Dips. That's the first time. That's an odd one, David.
Absolutely, and they were due to fight for this British light welterweight title before. Lenny Daws, though, sadly lost in his first defence on the first time that he was champion, and Theophane didn't get his chance. But he does now tonight for the British light welterweight championship. And away we go for 12 rounds, and it could be 12 rounds as well. Only 16 knockouts between these two boxers in the 57 fights on their record. Theophane with 4 losses to his 28 wins and 1 draw. Daws with just that 1 defeat on his card to his 21 wins and 2 draws. But you would argue that Theophane might have mixed it in better international class.
He's mixed it in better international class, but a lot's been made of a couple of fights, throughout a career, and also too much is made of what you can do in an American gym. In all fairness to Ashley, and he's a nice kid, I remember him from his days at All Stars with Akai Azola, who's over here in the crowd. He was bragging about sparring with Dimitri Salita. Now, Dimitri Salita is the guy that lasted about 7.5 seconds with Amir Khan.
And he wasn't in the fight for about 5 seconds of that.
And if you sparred with Dimitri Salita, guess what? You wouldn't tell anyone, let alone brag about it.
Well, they're good mates, Salita and Theophane. I think they're actually quite close as well, but
so
he's been over in the gym in New York for about 6 weeks, then came back, Theophane, to train in this country. I think he's been in Spencer Oliver's gym, hasn't he, in London?
He's been with Spencer Oliver for a while. He was down with Spencer Fearon. Good shout out to Spencer down at the Real Fight Club for a while. He's been in several gyms. Listen, he's a good pro. Yeah. He's a good operator. But the engine just keeps going. Doing, decent jab, decent right crosses, plenty of heart and plenty of engine. He beats people just by being there constantly, Dave.
Lenny Daws, 32 years of age. And the #1 contender as well to Paul McCloskey's EBU belt. So a win tonight, you might just see Daws fighting Giuseppe Lowry, especially with McCloskey having bigger fish to fry with Amir Khan in April. That could be a decent vacant European belt that Daws goes on to challenge Giuseppe Lowry for. But I think he's got to get this win under his belt tonight as well.
This was always going to be
sorry, Steve, a bit of a spoiler fight maybe on the cards as well, because Theophane, he's not going to trade it, he's not going to mix it.
And that's not what he does. He lands short shots, he throws an occasional big shot, then he always claims you. He's a good pro, and he looks like he's sparred in lots of American gyms. Yeah. Does that make him a better fighter? Well, we can go away and discuss that. Perhaps they're doing it online now. But it certainly makes him a more experienced fighter.
I know a lot of you online are talking about the fights tonight. We'll read out some of your comments in a few moments as we go into the last 20 seconds of this opening round. And Daws, the aggressor, trying to come forward, the taller of these two as well, 5'10.5" to Theophane's 5'7". So he's got a height advantage, he's got a reach advantage as well. Hence Theophane's, I think, urgency just to hang on a little bit, try and spoil things on the inside if he can.
He tries to nick a shot, nick a punch, nick a point, and then claim, turn away and hold. He's a good pro, Ashley Theophane. You can't beat him easily. One thing here, Dave, let's get an early warning out there so we don't become after-timers. I don't like the amount of times their heads have cracked into each other so far. I don't like that. I don't want to see a fight stopped on this night. It's been a good night so far because of cut.
Let's just hear what they're saying in the corner.
Don't leave your feet behind you, everything behind them, lefts and rights, and when you get there, be first now. Because he'll look to hit you around the body and hold you. You've got to hit him first, slow him up, all right? He's going to look to fight you.
And into the Theophane corner.
Spin him, then the body, yeah? Are you listening? Good boy.
Ooh, bit of attitude there. Don Charles is Derek Chisora's trainer. He's talking to him. Mick Williams on the outside is in charge of cuts. So that's a good cuts, man. Theophane didn't look at all interested. I don't like to see that from my fighters in corners.
He had a certain inner calmness as he walked into the ring, Theophane, and in between rounds.
In a calm, read arrogance.
Well, I was being polite. I was being polite.
Dave, don't start being polite. We've been on air for 3 hours. We can be as rude as we like now.
All right, he's arrogant, needs to pay attention. as Daws goes on the attack once again. Body shot there with the right hand. And look at that, Theophane, he's almost nuzzling there into him, boring away with his head.
What McCracken said was he's looking to hit you around the body and hold, and that's exactly what he's doing. That's good tactics. It slows and breaks the fight's rhythm.
So Daws takes a step to the side, lets him come on and counters, yeah?
In theory. But that's hard. This guy throws unorthodox punches.
He is, of course, the man who beat DeMarcus Corley back in July 2008 on points. Last time that Theophane fought at light welterweight, that contest as well. Although he does say that light welterweight is his natural weight.
Well, looking at him size-wise, yeah, I tend to agree with him.
Well, if that's the case, why hasn't he been fighting at light welterweight then?
He's had a couple of those half-decent fights up at welterweight for sort of, you know, bogus bits and pieces. Vacant international boxing organisation, south side of the street with pet shops on it title. Good title, that guy.
It's very good. Beat Harash Hataki out in Germany, I think it was, that fight. And once again, the two heads very close together as Daws holding a little bit and then just taking a few hooks to the side of his body. Might not be the prettiest fight you've ever seen this,
no,
but it could be the sweetest moment of Lenny Daws' career.
I would imagine Daws got about
nicely there. Sorry, Steve.
I'd imagine Daws got about 5 inches in reach, or 4 to 5 inches in reach. So that means that Theophane does have to get close and make it ugly. It's technical, Dave. I don't necessarily think it's ugly. It's technical. We knew this was going to be a technical war of attrition, and that's how it's shaping up. You know, we're only in the second round.
Trying to throw some nice combinations. 1, 2, 3s. Lenny Daws gets picked off by the jab there. And his fans rising to their feet and chanting his name. Says that training just couldn't have gone better. Lenny Daws knows that Theophane is experienced and he's mixed it at a high level, but he's looking as the man from Morden for a stoppage late on or a points win.
Stoppage would be a sensational result, I'll tell you that now. That would be a brilliant result. I think that's hard, I really do. One thing about Theophane's style, Dave, you know, the fact he's so awkward, okay, but if he does start to hit you with shots, it's really annoying. Because he's not there for any counters you can learn in the gym. This guy's not there. This guy doesn't fit into that mold.
Decent left hand there from Lenny Daws. And finishing off there, last 20 seconds of that round, a couple of really nice combinations, got through with a jab as well.
Now, listen, Lenny Daws does what he does, okay? He can adjust, you know, there is a plan B. He can work from the sides, he can work from the back foot, he can go into the trenches. What he needs to do is just keep pressure on, but not too much so it leaves himself short, and just keep hitting him. Try and go for his chest. Don't even go for his chin. Don't even go for anywhere particular behind his elbow. Just go straight down the middle.
And Robert McCracken saying just short and sharp jabs there. Oof. You know, that's body shots there, and Daws did well just to force him away.
That's effective stuff Theophane's doing there, Dave. Those are clubbing, hurtful punches. You know, you're getting close without taking a shot on your friend. 2 body shots, and then you're holding. It's not bad tactics for a long-distance fight. But you need to do more. By about round 6 or 7, you need to vary it slightly.
Theophane finished with the inner calmness, meditation. You call it arrogant, Steve Bunce, and
I like arrogance in a fighter.
Rises to his feet. You can be... sometimes arrogance exceeds to overconfidence, though.
I like
Daws
that.
there, really good, straight left.
I like that, providing you're winning.
Yeah.
So really the pattern of this fight, Dave, should be Lenny Daws, high right hand, hitting him with jabs repeatedly. That should be the pattern of this fight. Theophane is really the one that's got to do the breaking down. He's got to keep working the body, and then slinging those rights over the top like he was throwing now.
A nice high defence, though, Lenny Daws as well. Yeah, protects himself well. Theophane, you know, with a slightly lower guard there, but ducks and avoids the punches quite well. He's very light on his feet.
He's on his back foot. He moves his shoulders a couple of inches back. He's out of range.
Does say, though, that this British title shot 3 years overdue. And when he wins, there's that confidence again. He's off back to America again. He wants Devon Alexander, Kendall Holt, he wants Lamont Peterson. He wants the respect of his peers over here because he says he gets it in the USA. Oh, decent trading there.
He'd get it
in the centre of the ring.
He'd get it tonight if he beats Lenny Daws for the British title, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, went in big there on the left, didn't he? Did Theophane. And gets through with that 1-2 there as well. Crouching down, looking to spring himself forward. Find a way through this high defence. A nicer fight now that the two are separated a bit, not nuzzling into each other quite so much. Last minute of this third round.
A good shot, a good right hand he caught Lenny Daws with there.
Yep.
He's picked his punches better in this round.
But he's looking for them, eyes wide open in the centre there. He's got that spring in his step, looking to come forward for it. Great little combination there, little flurry. A couple of them glanced, I think, off the gloves. One might have got through. Oh, and that did. Decent, crisp left.
Daws also picking his punches with a little bit of care. Shaping up nicely, Dave. We said that a couple of hours ago when Craig Watson and John O'Donnell were going into the fourth round. That was shaping up nicely, and it did shape up nicely, and this is too.
Didn't it just? A couple of wild punches there from Daws, from Theophane, I should say. That's better. Back to the body again, and then he gets picked off by Lenny Daws. But Daws, you know, an example there, he hasn't quite got the power to really rock Theophane back. But he kept him interested and he kept him alert, that's for sure. I tell you what, that was a very good 3 minutes of boxing.
That was a cracking 3 minutes. And in fact, one or two of the people online are saying this must be hard to score. Wallet Inspector on East Side said that. Yeah, oh, Wallet Inspector, it is hard to score. It's tough, it's difficult, but the work rate, you've got to work on work rate, and Daws is nicking the rounds. Not with the more eye-catching big right hands, not with the big crunching left hooks and rights to the body, but with the jab, followed up by a right and occasionally followed up by a left hook. I like the way this is shaping up, Dave.
So let's have a little listen to what his brother has to say with Joe.
Well, explosive start so far. Let's have a word with Danny Daws, Lenny's brother. How do you think it's going?
Yeah, it's going really well. Lenny's he's starting to get to him, I think, a bit, but he's getting there, you know. It's a bit of a slow start, but he's going to get there, I think, at the end.
And is it going as the game plan sort of intended?
That's what he wanted to do. Start off straight away from the off, you know, an explosive start. And that's what he wanted to do.
Thanks.
So into round 4, and so far, Steve Bunce, I would imagine you have Lenny Daws ahead, yes?
I have Lenny Daws ahead, but you know what? In certain countries, you might have scored it 3 rounds of Theophane for the big punches. Yeah. No, Lenny Daws has won it by his extra work.
Oh, I tell you what, is Theophane just a little bit in trouble there? Is he
got caught with a left hook?
With a left hook, yeah?
Not in trouble, maybe. I don't know. Dave, you don't need to look for excitement. We've had enough already tonight.
It's the way he stumbled back and he took another left there as well, did Theophane. We talk about Lenny Daws not maybe having the most power you'd ever see from a light welterweight, but he has stopped his last 3 opponents, of course, one of which was Barry Morrison, avenging the only defeat on his record. So he can do it.
No, listen, all fighters can hurt. Sometimes he just doesn't set his feet. His work rate is too fast, and his punches don't go in with that type of venom, because he's not trying to throw them with venom. Tonight, he does seem to be digging his toes into the canvas slightly more and trying to hurt this guy, trying to get to him.
That's the incentive of that Lonsdale belt as well.
Of course it is.
When you can win it outright, when it's something you've always dreamed of, and you know it's within grasping, clutching distance, maybe you do plant your feet just a bit more. Good round so far, this, for Lenny Daws, and actually forces Theophane just to hold on a little bit there.
He's throwing his eye.
Oh, look at that. Lovely little combination. Sorry there, Steve, to interrupt. Right, and the left got through.
Theophane's throwing his eye-catching punches, the left hook and the straight right hand, thrown beautifully. But there's not enough of them. For every one he lands, he's being out-jabbed 3 times.
The work rate for Lenny Daws, probably twice as much as Theophane.
Yeah. Daws is a bit marked up under his right eye as well. We'll see Tony Sims putting him a shift of his end swell any time soon, I would imagine.
Theophane certainly waking up, and this round going very much like the previous. It's a good scrapping contest. Both fighters going toe-to-toe here.
Oh, this is relentless from Daws. This is good stuff, good pressure from Daws. Maybe scrappy day, but it hurts. You can't do anything. He's pushing you back constantly.
Just stopping Theophane's game plan, really. And that's what he wants to do, though, isn't it? The man from Kilburn is to get in a bit closer.
Getting a bit closer, and whip shots in.
Oh, look at that, get caught by a right there, doesn't he?
That's why he wants to be close. He knows at distance he's being picked apart with this guy with 5 inches of extra reach.
Just when he went in close there, Theophane did get picked off. A couple of good little left jabs. Ooh, and a big over-the-top right. Glances off the glove. And the bell signals the end of another very good round of boxing.
A very good round of boxing.
I wonder if we can hear what's... Well, look at the right eye there. You said Lenny Daws getting a bit marked up.
Listen to me.
It's a mouse, that.
Let's just hear what he's trying to say, Robert McCracken.
Every time you make this geezer miss, you've got to go straight back to him with 2 or 3. And here's what I need you to do. As soon as you make him miss, straight back to him with the straight shots, and then whip him straight under there. All right, you're not going underneath quick enough when you get there, OK?
Keep that right hand up, Link, because that's really chops
And eye, look for that left hand eye for his right hand. 2s and 3s. 1, 2, 1, 2 walk. And then when you're there, short and sharp.
Yeah.
Come on, up the pace, plenty of head movement, and it'll pay dividends down the stretch. But I don't want you rushing
in Theophane's corner, just the doctor looking on.
He won't be to see that left hook coming in, but
I don't think that there'll be any concern on the face of Theophane. Lenny Daws might be a little bit more marked up, though. Look, he turned his back there, Theophane. This is what I wanted. He just got caught then again with a left, Steve. So he might just be a little bit in trouble. Round 5 of this British light welterweight title bout. And Theophane trying now at distance to pick off his shots. Oh dear. Took one and gave one there. Decent over the top right from Theophane.
Turning into a nice long night here, Dave. Some concerns online, and Andy Kerr's getting lots of Twitters about Chris Evangelou.
Yeah.
About whether we're going to get him on or not. I'm hoping to get a decision on that. Let's hope we can get him on. If not, Andy's promising to post the result. No doubt we'll film the fight and show it next time we're on air here at Premier.
Chris Evangelou's 6th fight as a pro. Yes. Tonight.
And he brings a flock with him.
Oh, and Lenny Daws brings a flurry of punches with him and to Theophane, who had just started to, I thought, use his brains a little bit at the opening of this round. But Daws just doesn't give up.
Theophane is fast enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
to outwork Daws by being sensible. But Lenny just keeps coming. He's the engine.
He's the Duracell bunny, isn't he?
He is the Duracell bunny.
Although Theophane says he's never gone in, you know, with the best light welterweights. Hasn't fought the best light welterweight in Britain. He says anyone can build up a good record without fighting the best.
Well, with full respects to Ashley, you can do that in America too.
Yeah. And Germany and St. Lucia.
Certainly in Germany.
But just looking at Dawes' right eye, and that mark is starting to swell a little bit more underneath the eye. It's the top of the cheekbone. Trying to force Theophane back, which he does, but didn't really connect with either of those punches. Theophane just ducks down and swings wildly.
They're good shots, they're dangerous shots those days. There's a lot of power in them. This is as hard and attritional as I thought it would be.
And I hope Victor Loughlin, the referee's done his training as well, because he might need to force them apart the longer this fight goes on.
Come in a straight line, okay? Don't come in a straight line, all right? Have a swallow, relax. Don't want him hitting you with body shots, all right? So here's what you're going to do. You're going to
warning against the body shots.
Set the wind out of him first, or you're going to move, yeah?
And he's saying don't come in on straight lines. And Lenny can do that. You've just got to go step to the left, step to the right. What needs to happen in this corner is Don Charles, the corner, the chief second in there with a white hat on, Derek Chisora's man. He needs to get up. He needs to really stick his size 11 up Theophane's jacksie. He really does.
But Theophane has got it in him. Decent clubbing right-hander that we just saw there.
When he's mobile, when he uses his mobility and those lunging awkward shots, he makes Lenny look a little bit static sometimes. But you've got to work for 3 minutes of each round. That's why the rounds are 3 minute long. It's no good saying I won the first minute of every round. That means you lost the last 2 minutes of every round. Do your maths on that one, Dave. Yeah, exactly.
He is, of course, Ashley Treasure, the man that didn't just beat, of course, DeMarcus Corley, but Delvin Rodriguez as well. Decent contender, Rodriguez. Fought him out in Miami, got a majority decision against him.
Which people considered was a gift, and yet he'd also fought, which was tricky, because everyone thought he got the decision against Danny Garcia. He lost it. Then everyone thought he lost against Rodriguez, and he won it. So swings and beautiful roundabouts in our business, Dave.
But the Rodriguez looks very good on the record.
Yeah, well, the Marcus Corley was great, because at the time people said that Marcus Corley was shot to bits and over the hill, and he may have been, looked like it, but about 2 years later he had a life and death struggle with Marcus Madonna, who pushed Amir Khan. I don't need to tell you about that. That was one of Sky TV's highlights of 2010, that fight. I think they had 72 people broadcasting that night, Sky.
You've done your maths tonight, haven't you? On certain things anyway. More body shots coming in from both punches as they hold in the centre of the ring. Less than 2 minutes to go. Daws once again coming straight at Theophane, ducks out of the way and gets caught up underneath the arm.
That suits Theophane.
Yeah.
If it's ugly and close and he can land 2 quick shots and get away, that suits him.
Oh, took a really good clubbing left there to Theophane. Stood up well to it as well. Daws jabs Theophane back with the left of his own. And another one there as both punches go in, swinging. Daws getting through with some of these punches.
There's a lot of pride and a lot of resistance in there. Neither of these two have been stopped, remember, Dave. So there's a lot of pride in there and a lot of resistance. Is that eye getting any worse, Dave? Daws' eye. Looks redder.
It's swelling a touch as he takes a right to the side of the head, the other side of his head. But you certainly, if you were Theophane, you'd be looking to target that swelling.
And he's done that with a few looping left hooks.
Yeah.
Theophane's just got to work some more. Theophane's doing absolutely nothing wrong. You know, this reminds me a little bit of some of those football matches that we used to see in the Premier League, when the better teams would come over from Spain and France, and they'd have all the skill, they'd have all the moves, but we'd just be able to doggedly run at them. That's what this is looking like a little bit. Gum shields come out, Theophane.
Absolutely. That's why referee Victor Loughlin just calls a timeout. So he gets back to it once again.
He's got to step his work rate up, Ashley Treasure. He's got to step his work rate up. We're in, what, round 6 or 7 now, Dave? Yeah. Round 6, he's got to step his work rate up.
I'll ask you for your scorecard at the end of this round as well.
Okay.
But I'd imagine you've got Lenny Daws dominating.
Yeah, Daws winning every round on work rate. You know, is he dominating? Is that too strong a word? No, it's not really. But if dominating means is he bashing up Theophane, then it's too strong a word. But if it means, is he winning every round comfortably, then it's fine.
You don't want to get anything there. Well, listen to me. You just stood off the first minute a little bit. You can close this kid down with the left.
It's all subjective, though, isn't it? And that's one of the beauties of boxing. We can sit
No,
here
you're
and
doing
argue
good.
one way,
But
and I'm
move
sure
your head
people at
somewhere.
home would
Yeah,
argue the
let's-
other.
Hey, listen, you know, people online are going to be looking at this and thinking that someone's nicked the round. Just because the guy's throwing eye-catching punches. You can't win a round with 3 eye-catching punches if the other guys hit you with 10 jabs. That's the bottom line. And Theophane needs to throw more punches to win this fight. Lenny Daws is keeping it simple. Straight down the middle, left jab, left jab, left jab, right hand. Like every single highlight package we've gone to starts with Theophane throwing a good left hook, and then it ends with Daws hitting him with 4 punches.
So on his scorecard, what does it say?
On my scorecard,
Yeah.
I've got Daws winning every round, but 2 or 3 of them have been fairly close. He's not dominating and forcing himself, but Theophane's doing a Chris Eubank, winning from his back foot, throwing big right hands. But Chris Eubank was dominant on ITV, making millions, and so if the guys outpointed him, he invariably got the decision, because back then the organisation that sanctioned these fights liked him. This is the British title fight with 3 neutral judges at ringside. You're going to win this fight by throwing the most amount of punches, not the best punches. It's that simple.
The views of Steve Bunce alongside me here at ringside tonight. Either way, it's a British title fight you don't really want to take your eyes off for too long. Good left jab from Theophane, gets through the guard. But then Daws comes back with 2 or 3, 3 or 4 punches of his own before Theophane then in with another 2.
So do the sums on that.
Oh, a decent right hand though from Theophane. That big
He's got to
shot.
step up. Don Charles has been telling him to step it up. Let's go to the corner. Let's go to Don Charles's corner. John Charles is in the corner with Theophane in the next round, Dave. And I bet you there's a degree of urgency there, saying you can win this fight. Just go out and throw punches.
Left himself a bit exposed there, didn't he, Theophane, by a big wild left-hander. Halfway through this 6th round. A bit more holding from Theophane there. Daws trying to force the issue once the fighters do break.
Shot.
A decent shot it was too. And Theophane, just caught static. A little shake of the head almost I dictated from Theophane, just trying to maybe get some of the sweat away from his eyes.
He might be a little bit bemused because this is a fast, hard-paced fight. There's not a lot of gentle sparring here. There's not a lot of sort of clever, around the edge of the ring work. Lenny Daws comes at you, he's like Ronsil, okay? He does what it says on the package. It's that simple. So you prepare for that. No good at the end of the fight saying, oh, he threw too many punches. Duh. Prepare for it.
In now to the last 10 seconds of the rounds. Who can finish the strongest here? Theophane is still getting through. Goes down to the body again.
This is his best round. It's Theophane's best round by a mile.
But he's blowing right at the end of it there as he sits down. Bit of a stare out to the side. Let's hear his corner if we can.
Thank you. You know what? You're starting to show your class now, yeah?
Right, let's hear from the corner. Joe.
Well, it's going well so far, isn't it, for Theophane? What do you think?
I think it's a close fight, but Ashley coming back to it from the 6th round. So.
Well done, Dave.
And as one of his coaches, what are some of the things you've been doing to get him ready for tonight?
Oh, we do a lot of pad work.
And what sort of strategy are you going for then?
Well, we're supposed to be taking over from the 6th round. So as he's doing the same thing we've been doing.
Okay, thanks very much.
Well, you know what? If Dave Brown's strategy was for it to be a close fight and then for him to take over after the 6th round, that's exactly how I've managed to get it. He was honest there. He said, no, it's been a close fight. And it has been a close, hard fight, but with Daws winning, that was Theophane's best round, absolute best round, and he is looking marked up, Daws. Dave, I keep saying it, mate. Strap yourself in, son.
And pull your shorts up. Which is why we had that little delay there to the start of round 8. Now, can Theophane just build on any momentum that he might just have got from that last round.
Of course he can, but he's got to stay busy. That was the busiest he's been.
Flurry of punches, but wild and inaccurate, really, from Daws, who still comes charging forward. Coming straight forward. Maybe it does need a little step to the left, step to the right. Find that angle from Lenny Daws. Theophane quite happy to let him come straight at him. And there's a decent 1-2 from the man from Kilburn.
It's starting to work. He's throwing more punches. And what he's doing is he's not retreating that far. He's just taking a couple of punches, blocking a couple of punches, and countering. That's the third time in this round he's countered. He with a right go again, lead right or left hook.
Certainly no problem for Theophane if it does go the distance.
He loves distance.
Hasn't stopped an opponent, Ashley Treasure, since December 2007. 11 fights ago, lost twice.
Long time.
Yeah, in that time as well.
But you've still got to stay busy with a guy like this. You see, you've still got to stay busy. Because those shots he's catching Daws with, Dave, okay, they're nice eye-catching shots, but they're not big powerhouse Nigel Benn or Chris Eubank style punches.
And still, that mark on the face of Lenny Daws, it's there, but it hasn't grown, it hasn't been opened, it hasn't been exploited really by Theophane.
And also it has been handled very skillfully by Tony Sims in the 60-second gaps between rounds with his magic end swell.
Shoving, boring, barging there from Daws. Rightly, Victor Loughlin saying cut it out.
This is Theophane's second best round.
Yeah, it's a better flurry at the end of it as well. Daws that time holding a bit. Theophane finishing the stronger.
Much stronger.
Daws maybe exhausted himself just a little bit.
No. I tell you what, I think Theophane's just got his sums right. He lost a few rounds. He lost the opening half of the fight, and he's coming to this half of the fight by throwing big loose shots. They're good punches.
It doesn't look trouble in any way, shape or form.
Nope.
There's a happy, contented man. If ever you can be happy
but
and
still
content.
trailing by a long distance.
Keep that concentration. That's all I ask you. Do you hear me?
You know, Mick Hennessy said in the week, Mick Hennessy said 2 weeks ago, Mick Hennessy said this afternoon when we got to the arena here, he said these are two 50-50 fights, and I tell you what, I'm losing sleep over these two. These are hard fights. These are two hard British title fights. The first one proved to be too hard. Craig Watson, great performance, and perhaps a weight drain John O'Donnell. We don't know. It's no good making excuses afterwards. John won't make them. And then, of course, the Tyson Fury came through beautifully, and now this one. We're heading into the home straight here. We've got what is it, 4 rounds left. This is going to be hard. Hard. Because if some of these judges have given Theophane 1 or 2 of the earlier rounds, then we're about level, Dave.
John Keane, Dave Parris and Howard Foster, the 3 judges, and in walks Ashley Treasure with a clubbing left to the body of Lenny Daws, to try and knock any wind out of his sails, should the wind be blowing in Daws' direction as he came off his stool.
Nothing on the cliche, though, Dave. Nothing on the cliche.
Built a career on it still. Oh, and he's got him down with a right!
Good shot.
Really good combination, and Theophane actually found his range, and a really terrific right to the side of Lenny Daws' face.
3 shots and a right cross to finish it. That was a great finish.
And now he's running towards him, gets him with a left straight away. Really good left cross, almost trying to throw him down to the canvas. Theophane has woken up here, hasn't he? Oh, left to the right, getting through to the chin. And Lenny Daws.
These are good shots.
Daws somehow managing to stay on his feet. But he looks in a world far away from this ring at the Wembley Arena, Lenny Daws. Daws. Can Theophane find that big punch over the top right? Connects, wobbles. Lenny Daws again. How is he still standing up against a man with a better punching power? He probably wouldn't be. Theophane with an over the top right.
Theophane's got to slow down a little bit, and Daws has got to hold him. Those are the two survival tactics.
Daws hasn't once tried to hold him, doesn't look like he can. And has he got here, Steve? Because there's not much coming back with Daws on the ropes there. Theophane looking for the big punch. Daws maybe recovered his equilibrium just a touch.
Staggering.
And gets a really good punch right-handed on his own.
That's an amazing survival. That is staggering survival. Theophane went too crazy. Too crazy. He needed to take a leaf out of Tyson Fury's book. He's got Daws where he wants him. He's just got to find one punch.
They're all stood up at ringside, and somehow Lenny Daws is still stood up as well. And he managed to tag Theophane as he got him back to his own corner. Explosive round of boxing. Theophane goes for the uppercut, misses by a distance. Daws gets tagged there by the left of Theophane. Looking for the uppercut there, Theophane. Just
Theophane's
waiting.
got to take his time. Ashley's got to take his time. He's got to find the punch.
That wasn't it.
That was on the gloves. What a remarkable... He's got 22 seconds to survive the round.
Oh, and he's gone down again.
That was more like a push. I think he'll be okay with that.
Yeah.
He'll take a breathe on that one.
Take a breather, but down twice.
Oh, he's Dave, you know what? If Victor Loughlin wiped this off, you wouldn't scream.
The bell is going to save Lenny Daws here when it looked far from salvageable. Oh, what a round of boxing that was for Ashley Theophane. Like a proud peacock retreats to his corner. And what is Robert McCracken saying to Lenny Daws?
Listen to me, have a drink. All right, listen, you've switched off and he's caught you with...
And here it was.
2 or 3 body, that's it, 2 or 3 to the body and a great right over the top.
It was. I mean, I think what...
Those
if anything was
shots.
good, that was a decent shot. I almost thought Lenny Daws was going down before he got hit.
I'll be honest with you, I think he was hit with a left uppercut, then 2 to the body. Left uppercut to the chin, 2 to the body.
That
then
was the recovery punch. Superb.
I tell you what, Dave, we picked a good night to get together, haven't we? Little Andy Kerr can't believe his luck.
It's always a good night when we get together.
Nice and tidy now. Yeah.
But look at that, nice and tidy now, they're saying.
And that's it. What was I screaming? Ashley, slow yourself down, pick your punches, and you can finish it.
Well, at ringside, they're all standing here as we go into round 10 of this British light welterweight title fight that has come alive. And Theophane will be really sensing he's got an excellent chance here of a stoppage win, let alone a points win. Daws, though, might take great heart for the fact that he's still going in this fight, even if he's not going as strongly as he was in the opening rounds.
See, Lenny's had no defence against that looping right over the top from the first round, but of course it wasn't hurting him in the first round. It only started hurting when he gets tired.
And he does look very tired, doesn't he? Oh, left uppercut there, gets through from Theophane. Clever punch it was.
Ashley's picking him off with good shots here, Dave. Yeah. He's setting him up for a finish here. This is good. This is good quality boxing. This is what you learn.
Oh, and he's looking
this is what you learn in hard gyms.
And he's looking for that left uppercut, Steve, again.
It's fine.
Twice he's gone for that and found it.
It works.
But it keeps Daws guessing, doesn't it? Because sooner or later that looping right hand over the top's going to come as well. Decent straight left gets through. Credit to Lenny Daws, still coming forward though. Taking those punches, trying to work out an opening of his own.
You know what, that knockdown in the previous round, the first knockdown, that was a textbook knockdown. Three body shots and a right hand when you bring the hands down. Fantastic stuff, quality stuff. from Ashley Treasure.
That's the sort of thing you might learn in a New York gym.
It's the sort of thing you learn in lots of gyms, but you've got more chance of learning it in some New York gyms, not all of them. Certainly not the keep fit aerobic ones. When you're in there with millionaire bankers, you don't learn anything in those gyms.
Been to Gleason's gym, he could teach Dimitri Salita a thing or two on this performance, I tell you. But back comes Lenny Daws again. And just keeping going like that Duracell bunny once again.
Absolutely.
Coming straight forward.
But here's the thing, Theophane doesn't look tired.
No.
OK, he hasn't finished the job that he started the previous round, but he doesn't look tired, Dave. He looks ominously fresh.
His eyes look focused and full of energy and full of vitality and life. And, oh, Daws takes another crisp left there. His eyes just look like they're in the wilderness somewhere.
Yeah, they were a little bit glazed, his eyes. Still there, still jabbing, still with a high guard.
But he's boxing on instinct, isn't he, Lenny Daws? He's doing what he knows he can do, whereas Theophane trying to be the more intelligent boxer.
Dave, there was an argument in the earlier round before the second knockdown for a stoppage. So he survived brilliantly.
Lest we forget that it could all have been over by now, but it's not.
That is another round of survival. I think Theophane there was taking his time, looking sensibly, thinking there's 3 rounds, now there's 2 rounds. I don't see him going crazy. He'll think he's in front. With that being a 10-7 round, it's got to be close. It's got to be real close now. If not, he could be 1 up.
And that beautiful left there. It was just almost a look of agony on the face of Lenny Daws as his head just jerked back.
That's it, baby. All you're going to do is stay
concentrated. It's lively now, Dave.
Yeah?
We've got 6 minutes left.
Okay? Do not switch off at any point. I know. But I'm just reminding you, okay? Concentration is all we need now. See the job through. You understand? Okay?
He's a good trainer, Don Charles, I'll tell you. And if it gets a bit hairy in the Klitschko Chisora fight, he won't panic. He's a good guy, Don.
He's got a very soothing, calming voice, as is Robert McCracken.
Yeah, perfect advice. Concentration. I wouldn't be surprised if McCracken was saying the same thing. Concentration.
Don't switch off anybody. 2 rounds to go here.
Certainly not if you're viewing.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you're viewing, you wouldn't want to switch off at this point. Ooh, nice little combination. Right hand got through from Theophane. Conditioning on this evidence seems to have worked beautifully well, not just at Gleason's gym, but the All-Stars gym when he came back to the UK again.
Did his work there.
And I'll tell you what, his boast at light welterweight is his natural weight for boxing. I was going to say that. He's backed that up with his performance tonight, but there, did he switch off? Because he almost just got caught a couple of times, Theophane there.
Daws not stopped coming forward, even when he was on the floor twice.
And he's not going to stop coming forward either.
They got it right, Dave Brown, Akai Azola, Don Charles got it right. Let Daws do his stuff for 5 or 6 rounds, then we'll track him down. That's a risky tactic, but it's paid off beautifully tonight. So far, Dave, so far.
So far. But we've seen so near, so far on so many occasions, haven't we? He just has enough in him, you feel, Theophane at this moment, to get out of the way of most of what Lenny Daws is throwing at him.
Absolutely. I mean, Theophane's never been stopped. And I tell you what, it would take something mighty for Lenny to stop him now. I would imagine that Lenny, that Theophane, certainly on my card now, goes in front.
Ranks number 11 in the world at welterweight is Ashley Treasure by the IBF, but at light welterweight he wants to make his mark. As a British title holder can maybe try and force himself in the European reckoning as well, maybe one day. Taking a few
well said
though from Lenny Daws.
Sadly, Theophane is insisting he's going to win the title and relinquish it and go back to America because he can't waste time searching for world titles, which is a bit of a pity because he's entertained and he sold a few tickets. I'd like to see him on a few. I'd like to do a bit more work with Premier with him, preferably not at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Now Lenny Daws holding on a bit towards the end of this 11th round. deserves to go the distance. An absorbing contest almost ended there as Theophane with that over-the-top looping right. Missed on that occasion, but didn't miss by much. Bell goes to take us all the way into the 12th round. So let's hear first from the Theophane corner.
He's supposed to be getting stronger. I don't think so. But listen, regardless, we still need to concentrate, okay?
I'm not tired.
I know that. He's cool. He's cool. Our man's cool, okay? You want to spit
Box his
it?
boots off this last round, you know what I'm saying? Because he's desperate.
He's going to come swinging kitchen sink, bathroom sink, toilets at the lot. Yeah? Box clever. Do you
must be a
understand?
plumber.
Just move your head, go low. You got the energy. Yeah?
Let's hear what Robert McCracken's saying.
Just short. Okay? Come on, mate. This is it now. You've got to win this round. But you can't leave yourself with a chin in the air to give him a counter. Come on. You've got to be razor sharp for the whole round. Left, right. Gloves up. Come on. Do not fall asleep. Don't force it. 1-2 move. 1-2 up. Come on. Lenny's a massive and you can't switch off. He's going to come round again.
So, how many household utensils and kitchen appliances can Lenny Daws bring to this final round? And a good embrace there.
Lenny Daws got a damaged jaw by the looks of things, in addition to a damaged couple of eyes.
Just swelling up a bit, isn't it?
It's a hard fight. I tell you what, Dave, we've had some good action here tonight. We really have. We're set for the final 3 minutes of this one.
And Daws needs a stoppage here, needs a big round. Theophane looking for that left uppercut once again. Counters well there, 1-2. He's in control and his corner urging him to stay calm, stay focused. As opposed to Robert McCracken's rather pleading, urgent cries of how massive this is. And once again, Daws leaves his chin there to be countered by Theophane. He's a brave man, is Lenny Daws. On this, he's taken a little bit of a beating tonight, but still will feel he's in with a chance. You've got to be in it to win it, they shout. And somehow he still is.
He still is. And I think that Theophane needs this round to make absolutely sure. Because at the moment, Dave, first six rounds I gave to Daws. The last 5 I've given to Theophane. He's got the extra point, I think. He's got a couple of points for a knockdown. I think Theophane's a point up going into this round. So if Daws wins this round clearly, and I don't think he is, it could be a draw.
Not at the moment. He needs a minute and a half of supreme effort. As he comes forward, gets flat by a left. That third win as British champion. That Lonsdale belt that was there for the taking might be slipping round the waist of Ashley Treasure in a few minutes' time. Last minute of the fight, over the top comes Treasure again.
He's boxed well in this round, Treasure. He's listened to Don Charles, he hasn't gone crazy. He's boxed sensibly, at distance, using his jab, using his guard. I tell you, it's been a great performance from Ashley Treasure. Let's get that right, Dave.
Game of two halves. As he gets turned a bit by Daws, still looking for that over-the-top right. Didn't seem a sensible punch to throw at that stage. It just left him a little bit open. And still they try and rally to the Daws cause. Into the last 10 seconds. Needs a big punch from Lenny Daws, otherwise it could be Treasure taking this one. And it was a brave, valiant game effort by both boxers there, who have every right to wave their arms up in the air. And you can tell that Treasure reckons he's the champion here, written all over his face. Do you know what? That inner calmness, that arrogance, maybe it's been written all over his face ever since he first came into the ring.
You know what, it has, and deservedly so. listen, that's what I think. I mean, that's 6 and 6, but it's a 10-7 round for the 2 knockdowns. So he wins it, in my opinion, by 2 points, but I think it's 6 and 6 in rounds. I think it was that classic fight of 2 halves, game of 2 halves, sick as a parrot, you know what I mean, Aaron stuff. It really was. I thought Daws walked for the first 6 rounds, and then after that, Theophane pulls away and wins it by 2 rounds. I'm just going to speak to Mr. Akayazola, Dave. He's the guy that trained Ashley from years ago.
Yeah,
MBE. Yeah, good. After 6 rounds, I wasn't sure.
He's just having a chat. It's Steve Bunce at ringside there with Ashley Theophane's former trainer. And the 2 boys in the centre of the ring have a chat. And I would imagine if Lenny Daws, as you probably expect, goes on to lose this one, Steve, Lenny would want a rematch if he could get Theophane to come back over to these shores to give him one.
Yeah, well, we're not going to be having British title fights in Brooklyn. Why not have a rematch? It was a terrific fight. And until that knockdown, until the 3 body shots and the right cross, everything that Daws was doing was going right. And of course, well, we now think we know that everything that Theophane was doing was going right. But hey, that's too risky. I never buy that. We were going to lose 6 rounds to win the last 6. Entertaining that one, Dave.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' decisions at ringside, who return a unanimous decision. Firstly, John Keane scores the contest 112, 115. Dave Parrish at ringside scores the contest 111, 115. Howard Foster, our 3rd judge at ringside, scores the contest 111, 115. In favour of our winner and new British light welterweight champion, Ashley Treasure Theophane.
It was a long time in the waiting and the making. Maybe Ashley Treasure would have had his chance sooner if he hadn't thought so much in America. But the title shot that was 3 years overdue, he said, was well worth the wait. And Ashley Treasure takes the belt from a brave, plucky Lenny Daws.